Week, Tennessee's redistricting battle will be in full swing. Tuesday, the Tennessee state legislature will hold a special session to discuss redrawing congressional district lines, potentially taking away the state's only Democrat-held seat in the House of Representatives. Congressman Steve Cohen spoke with Action News 5 this morning, sharing his concerns. Our Garner Montgomery is live in studio with what the congressman had to say. Garner.
Representative Cohen says his district and national representation for Memphis is under threat after the Supreme Court weakened the Voting Rights Act of 1965, removing protections for predominantly black districts like the one here in Shelby and Tipton counties.
The Supreme Court has gone totally rogue, and they know what they did.
U.S. Representative Steve Cohen visited the Action News 5 studios Sunday morning, saying that after the Supreme Court's decision in Louisiana v. Calais, there could soon be no Memphis representation in Washington.
I think it maybe can put off until 2028, but after 2028, it's toast.
But Tennessee Republicans say they are looking to redraw the districts ahead of the 2026 midterms. Lieutenant Governor Randy McNally saying, quote, Tennessee now has the opportunity to send another Republican voice to Washington. We intend to seize it. Senate Majority Leader Jack Johnson saying, quote, Tennesseans have made it clear they want strong borders, a strong economy, and common sense leadership, not the failed policies coming from Washington Democrats. Congressman Cohen says this is a classic gerrymandering strategy that's been done in Tennessee before.
In Nashville, where they cut Nashville up and destroyed that district after the 2020 census, they had 3 representatives, just like they'll have here, going out into the rural areas. And the rural areas elected the representatives. Nobody elected from Nashville. There are no offices of those congresspeople in Nashville.
Cohen says the redrawn district map suggested by Marshall Blackburn will cost Memphians not just representation, but also resources.
One district will go all the way to Chattanooga, one will go all the way to Nashville, and another will cross the Tennessee River. And Memphis will be an afterthought, and it'll cost us a minimum of $25 million a year in community grants and maybe more in constituent services.
Congressman Cohen and other local Democrats say that they intend to argue that it's too late to redraw districts by the congressional election, as Cohen and his primary opponent, Justin J. Pearson, have already passed multiple campaign deadlines for that District 9 congressional race. Reporting live in studio, Garner Montgomery, Action News 5.